Hi, art community. It's been a while and I apologize for that, but I hadn't touched my 16-page journal, the Teacher More Inspired one that I've been showing you, in a while. So I finally sat down and said, well, let me show you some other stuff and hopefully I'll get back to that journal soon. Tonight I want to give you a peek into some pages that I did while I was traveling. My husband and I had to go to Louisiana for a funeral, and I took my journal along with me because it goes with me everywhere anyway, and there is a picture on my website, evilwidgets.com, where I snapped a picture of this page in progress. I also snapped some pictures of the road itself and ended up later on printing those out and putting them into this page. So I thought it might be interesting to give you a peek into the page itself after it's done. And here's some information about what I did to create the page, because it was, it's probably something that you can use yourself when you're traveling. So here is the page itself. The background is watercolor pencil, and instead of having to bring along a watercolor pen, the little brushes that you load water into the barrel and can squeeze and take along with you, those are nice and those are portable, but I find that I tend to run through that water very quickly, and since we were driving as quickly as we could with as few stops as we could get away with, I didn't want to have to try and reload that brush when we were in a moving car. So I used baby wipes. That really worked very well to blend these backgrounds. I used a couple different colors of the watercolor pencils, scribbled across the page, then used the baby wipe to blend. It worked really well. Then around the edge, used some pan pastels. I brought the brown and the black with me. They're fairly small, so they packed in my travel, the zip travel pouch that I use for my journal stuff for on the go. Fit in there really well. The borders are from a certificate. I love using certificate borders on my journal pages. You can get them a couple different colors. There's green and there's blue that I know of. You go to the office supply store, buy a pack of those papers, and unfortunately you're just using the edge. So what I'm thinking of doing is maybe scanning this, playing with it color-wise in Photoshop, and creating a page with several strips that I can print and cut out. So if I do that, I'll post it as a download on my website for you. I'd like to find some old vintage certificates to do that with, so I don't run into any sort of a copyright issue. So that's that page. Oh, the butterflies on that page are also something I wanted to tell you about. Those are, here's a bit of that certificate, by the way, so I just trimmed around it. Here are the little ATC packs that the butterflies came from. There is an Asian collection and a Winged Things collection. This one's actually called Oriental and Winged Things. They're about $4. They're from Memories in the Making. Since it's an ATC collection, there are some background papers in here that are ATC sized, and then there are a bunch of different small bits of ephemera that you can cut out and put on those ATCs so that you can work with them. The paper is just a touch thin. If you wanted to use that background paper and make an ATC out of it, you'd want to back it with something else to give it some sturdiness. Other than that, there's some great little images in there. Small, but really nicely detailed, great colors to them. They had several other themes in these packs. There are multiple pages of the images as well, so if you really like an image, you can use it on one project and then you still have another left over to use on another project. So according to this is 2 each of 20 art papers. Some of these I would swear there were 3, but apparently it's just 2 each. So at any rate, that's what that is. The other page that I wanted to show you was also done on that same trip and then finished once I got home. Here it is. The crown on the girl, which I drew her while we were driving in the car and colored her in as well. And actually, I'm sorry, I drew her in the car and then added the color once we got home, added the crown when we got home as well. The crown is made from a page from a book of German plays. I got that at Half Price Books back in the clearance section. Great place, as I think I mentioned last time, to get books that you can use for journal what I've been doing journal-wise lately. For your entertainment, I have some free downloads on my site, evilwidgets.com, for you. Last time it was a page out of a technical manual from the Army from 1946. That's still available. This go-around, it's a couple of pages out of a Muskogee Creek reader. The Muskogee Nation, it's a Native American nation, and basically this is a reader for speakers of Creek to learn to read. The pages are little charts of the Muskogee word with an image representing that word, and I just love the little woodcut kind of images. That goat is just fantastic, isn't he? Check him out. There you go. So I think these would be great for ATCs, for art journals. I'd love to print these backwards and try some image transfer methods with these, because I think it'd be fantastic. Here's a quick peek at the actual page. The downloads will print out at just about that same size. I got it very close and then trimmed around it so you don't have the white border. So go to my website. I will also put a direct link to the page with the downloads on the video description here. That's pretty much it journal-wise. Last time I talked about a musical obsession that I had, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, make that a little bit of a tradition. Currently, my musical obsession is a group called Fleet Foxes. They have a album called, their band name, a self-titled album, Fleet Foxes. It's a bluegrass, Appalachian, alternative group, and the vocals, the lyrics, are part of the instrumentation. They are another instrument. So there are these lyrics in there, these turns of phrases that just get stuck in my head and stay there, and I find myself waking up with them in my head and going to sleep at night with them in my head. So until they're supplanted by something else, that's my current obsession. Hope you seek them out. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, go to my website, get a download, listen to Fleet Foxes, and do something with the pages that I made available. So if you do, let me know, either in the comments here on YouTube or on the comments on my website. I hope you have fun, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.